Okay, hello. Welcome back to another workout. This request is coming directly from my folks over on TikTok, and you were asking for a reformer workout. To be honest, your girl is not feeling jump board today. We just got back from my mom's house. It's the day after Thanksgiving, but I can still put together a pretty challenging, solid workout for you. And we are going to be using our box. Um, you can use an optional booty band for a bridge series. And if you're really brutal and you want to do it during sidelying, you definitely can. Don't recommend that. Um, and then a Pilates ball. And then if you like to use a yoga block just for your alignment during side lying, definitely grab that and have it to the side here. And if you're ready, let's go ahead and do this thing. So I'm going to start on one blue spring. That will be to get into our abs in a little bit. If you're using your booty band, go ahead and grab that guy and then place your box on long box style. I have mine in front of my shoulder blocks. You're going to carefully step into your well, take a seat on that headrest, and slide that booty band up above those knees. And then we're going to place our feet onto the frame of our reformer. And you're going to lift your hips up. And you want to slide off the box and find a comfortable position. You want those shoulder blades, though, in contact with your box. And make sure your neck and head feel comfortable. And then arms just reach up to the ceiling. And I want you to kind of plug your shoulders down into that box to help you stabilize. Find a little outward pressure on that band immediately. Obviously, the frame of the reformer is likely going to be wider than your hips. So from here, we're just going to drop our hips down toward the headrest. They won't touch all the way. And then lift all the way up, squeeze your glutes. Let's just start here, warming up. When you get to the top, try to hold for a pause. Find that extra little tuck under of your tailbone so that you're really getting into those glutes. And right now you just have even weight distribution from heel up through your toes, whichever toes are on that frame, depending how wide your frame is. We're going to be here for another 5. Exhale as you lift. Make sure your rib cage, when you get to the top, is staying down. Think it's heavy down in toward that box. We have another 3. We're going to hold lifted in 2. Hold lifted on 1. I want you to flare open on that band. Drop the hips, lift the hips. Flare open, drop, and lift. We'll do 8 like this. And then we're going to add on. I love this warm up. This also does work really well to warm up in a different way outside of footwork when you are doing jump board or any reformer class that you might be teaching or taking. In 3, we're going to hold lifted again. In 2. On 1, hold lifted for me and just pause. I want you to lift your heels and think about articulating up through that full foot as you come to your toes, and then articulate those feet down until the heels hit onto the frame, and then lower the hips. So we lift. We articulate lifting the heels. As we articulate down through the foot, don't let those hips drop, then lower the hips. Good. We'll do 8 like this. Just warming and waking up the glutes. Also think your core is engaged. It's wrapping into the center of your body. You're squeezing that full body at the top. Let's do another 4. 3. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. 2. We're just going to work those heel lifts and lowers on 1. So pause at the top, just lift your heels, lower your heels. Lift the heels and lower. Again, as you plant those heels down onto the frame, I want you to lift your hips even higher in opposition, or at least think about doing that so that they're not dropping. Good. We're here for 5. We're going to add a flare out of that band in another 3. Keep those hips lifted, keep those ribs down, abs engaged. On 1, pause here, flare open on that band, drop the heels, lift the heels, flare the band, come back into neutral, drop the heels for 8, 7, 6, depending what tension band you went with, you might be regretting it right now. We're going to hold lifted in 2. On 1, hold lifted, adjust those toes if you need to. Perfect. So heels are lifted, hips are high. We're just going to find a little flare out. Pulse out, out, out. Good. For 5, 4, don't drop. In 2, 1, pause. Right heel down, left heel is lifted. I just want you to give me a flare out just on the left side for 10. 9, stabilize through this right leg. Don't let it pull into the center of the reformer. For 4, 3, stay flared out in 2. On 1, hold little tucks up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7. We'll go over to the other side in another 4, 3, 2. On 1, set that left heel down, right heel up, flare out, out. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, hold out on 2, 1, little tucks. 10, 9, 8, 7, good. Yes, you guys. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way down. Find that headrest. Take a moment. And then we'll step off to the side. So hopefully the ankles and the glutes are nice and warm. Adjust your box. It's actually going to stay on the reformer for now. We're going to take that band off of our legs, set it to the side, and grab your ball for me. So again, I am on 1 blue spring. You could always go to a blue and yellow. And you could always do this setup for folks or for yourself without the box as well. This is just a good way to do it. And I have my foot bar in my normal starting position. So for me on the balanced body, it's in that middle peg. From here, I want you to just drape your knees over the foot bar to give yourself enough real estate so that you can round your back onto that ball. I want you to feel like it's around that mid-back bra line area. I know I say this a lot on the channel, but the important part is you're tucking your pelvis under, and then I want you to feel like you're able to hold this flexion and your abs are drawing down and into that ball. And let's put our tippy toes onto the bar. We're hip distance apart, and I want you to give me that lift of your heels as if you're doing that footwork when we're on our toes. From here, we're just going to have our hands behind our head. You come into your flat back position, so you're not arching over the ball. You're just in a flat back, and we're just going to do little lifts, little lowers. Starting here for 10. Exhale as you lift for 9, 8. If you're noticing any tension in your shoulders or in your neck right now, if you need to kind of warm up first, you can always reach your arms long and forward, and you'll notice a complete difference in weight. I just want you to focus on really rounding into that kind of like lowercase C curve. We're going to add on in 3. Hold lifted in 2. Hold lifted on 1. Static hold for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep tucking that pelvis and drawing those abs in. Find little pulses for me in 2. In 1, pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7. We'll start to move our legs in 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause. Bring your right knee to tabletop. You're just twisting up to center toward that knee. You go to your flat back as you set those toes down. Then we're going to bend in. We're going to lift toward those knees. We're gonna inhale out, exhale left leg, tabletop, just lifting towards center to start. And then we're gonna lift towards both knees as we bend in toward to bring the carriage home. Good, let's do 8. Bend towards both knees. 7. Go towards both knees. 6. Nice and slow, you guys. Exhale as you lift towards both knees. 5. Back on the right for 4. Crunch towards both knees. For 3. We're just going to work those marches into 1. Give me one last lift towards both knees as you bend in, press away. Just work those marches. You're lifting towards center as you lift one leg up. You're coming to your flat back as you set that leg back onto the foot bar. Let's do 8. Exhale, lift for 7. Inhale. 6. 5, make sure those elbows are wide. Make sure those shoulders are staying out of those ears. This is 3 on the left. 2. 1. Right leg to tabletop. Pause. I want you to twist toward that right leg. As you come through center, you're going to dip those toes down toward the well. You're going to twist back to the right. Think left armpit, right knee. You're going to set that foot down. Let's take it to the left. Tabletop that left leg. Think right armpit, left knee. As you come through center into your flat back, you dip those toes down. You exhale, lift back to the left. Set it down. Let's do 8. Big inhale as you dip those toes and come to your flat back. Big exhale as you lift and twist again. For 7. Use that breath, you guys. 6. If you're finding any tension at all in that low back, retuck that pelvis or adjust that ball. This is 5. 4. 3. 2. I think I messed up my counting somewhere. On 1, let's hold it to the right. Just hold to the right and give me little lifts of that chest for 10. 9, you can always reach that left arm past that right thigh if you need to. Otherwise, those hands are right at those temples for 3, 2, hold. Now I do want you to reach that left arm past that right leg. We're going to extend it over the foot bar as we bend in with that left leg. Pull it back to table as we press out just for 8. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, hold that twist for 5, 4, 3, we'll take it to the left, into, on 1, come through center, right foot down, twist to the left, give me those little lifts, and lift. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reach long past that left thigh, extend out over the foot bar as you bend in with that right leg, make sure you're on those toes, and then pull it back to table as you press away. We'll do 8, 7, are you still drawing those abs down and into that ball for 5, 4, we'll rest and reset in 3, you've got it guys, 2, 1, good, bend and come in, you can take an extension over that ball if it feels good, let those arms go out to the sides, just stretch out those abs. All right, Let's round on up. Let's keep moving. We're going to take that box off to the side. So if I'm facing my foot bar, I'm going to take my box off to the left side of the reformer because we will use it for some box lunging. And you can go ahead and just line it up for now, kind of with the front of where your foot bar is starting so that it's ready for us when we get to it. But before we get back into that lower body, let's do an upper body set. So I'm just going to move my yoga block out of the way. I'm going to stay on a blue spring. If you want more, you can definitely go to a red and go ahead and grab your loops and set them back up off the pegs if you took them off. All right, let's do this. So my feet are going to float toes through the headrest. I'm going to grab into my short loops to start. I have these double loops. If you have one loop or handles, use that. If you do have double loops and this is feeling too difficult at any point, just move into your long loops or reduce to like a lighter spring. So again, I'm on one blue, which is a medium on my balanced body. From here, I'm going to bring my elbows in by my sides. I'm sitting up nice and tall, and I'm going to go ahead and lift my hips so that I'm in this high kneeling position. We're just going to serve and return. Palms face up. I want you to think those shoulders are still gliding down your back. Exhale, serve. Inhale, return. Don't let that ribcage flare open and have that same sense of a slight tuck under of your pelvis. Good. We're here for 5. We're going to combo this in another 4. Keep those abs drawing in and up. In 3, glutes are engaged. 2, hold forward for me on 1. You can either flip your palms in to face each other or you can keep them up. We're going to open out, pull back in, and then return in, elbows by our side. So press out, serve, open, pull back together, return. We'll do 6 like this. Inhale, return. Exhale, serve. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Make sure those fingers stay in your peripheral and they're no higher than shoulder height, or they can be at chest height, especially if you're feeling this at all in your traps. We're not trying to work at least those upper traps in the neck, unless you are, and that's great for you. Focus there. Good. All right, we're going to add on into return. One more like this, and then I want you to hold forward, pause, really reach through those straps. We're just going to lower a couple inches, lift to shoulder height, lower a couple inches, shoulder height for 6, 5, 4. We're going to find little circles in 3, 2, hold. Trace the shape of your shoulder for 6, 5, 4. We reverse in 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Let the straps just stretch your chest open and your arms back, and maybe take a little rock side to side. Couple more things here. So we're going to come into kind of a butt back toward our heels, chest out, tail out position. I want you to think long line from the crown of your head through your tailbone. Draw those abs in and up, rib cages closed, and then elbows are out by our sides in this goal pose position like we're a Superman or woman flying through the air. We're just going to press up overhead shoulder press, and control that return. Starting here, we're going to add on in another 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to add a little pec fly motion in 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in. So elbows are kind of right there in that goalpost position. I want you to hug in, really control the carriage is not moving, and then press up overhead. So draw back in, hug, squeeze your pecs, press up. For another 6 like this, that butt is still hovering off of those heels. So you're engaging those glutes. Keep drawing those abs in and up. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, let's hang up those straps. And let's get back to that lower body for a beat here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring my headrest up. I'm going to put my yoga block on, and you can either stay on this blue spring, or you could always add a yellow or a white, I think, if you're on a marathon, or you can go to a red spring, so up to you. Go ahead and lie down on your side. I am laying down on my right side, so my left leg will be working. I'm going to grab the loop right in front of me, and I'm going to go long loop on the arch of my foot. I'm going to press my leg out long. So let's talk about body position here. I want you to make sure your hips are stacked. If I stuck a skewer right through your top hip, it'll go right to that bottom hip. Your shoulders are stacked. Physically take your left hand, if you're on your right side, and press that top hip away from your ribs. You should feel how that forces your oblique to engage, so hold that there. Now, stay at hip height with that leg. We're just going to bend in, shin is parallel with the reformer, and then press out for a single leg squat, starting nice and easy. Good. We're here for 8, 7, 6. Really squeeze that glute as you press. So think press through that heel. We have 4, 3. We're gonna hold bent at that 90 degree after this one. So pause here at 90 degrees. You can see that the rope is like tracking right in line with my knee. Try to keep it there as you open out for a fire hydrant. Carriage really isn't moving. And your hip should not be rolling back. So think your hip really presses forward in opposition as you open from the knee, squeezing that outer hip. Good. We're going to combo these 2 motions in another 4, in 3, in 2, on 1, lower to hip height. You're going to press away, 1 single leg squat, bend in, 1 fire hydrant. Good. We'll go 8 like this. 7, 6, 5. Make sure as you bend in that hip is not collapsing and that this bottom rib cage and oblique is staying nice and active. Good. Keep sticking that butt out behind you. We're going to hold it long. In 2. 1 more fire hydrant. Now press away, hold. We're going to sweep forward. Don't let this hip roll forward. Sweep back, just in line with the hip. Sweep it forward, sweep it back. We'll do another 6 here. 5. We're going to hold forward in 4, 3, in 2. Again, I like to place my hand on my hip to make sure it's not going forward with my leg. Now pause on 1. I want you to internally rotate your toes. So heel up toward the sky, toes toward the floor, pulse up to start for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, hold here. We're going to rainbow that foot. So I go to external rotation as I come in line with my hip, and then internal rotation, rainbow back forward. external rotation. This is one of my favorite strength and mobility movements for side-lying glutes. I love it. Working that full range of motion in my internal and external rotators. Good. We just have another 4 like this. 3, 2, 1. Come in line with your hip, back to parallel. Give me one slice up towards your ear. This is a nice active recovery. Slice it down and pause. Reset your form for me. I want you to go ahead and you're going to sweep that foot forward again. This time, think hamstring curl. We're just going to bend our knee into our fire hydrant. Kick my leg back into my forward sweep position. Bend in, hamstring curl. Extend for 6. We'll hold bent in 5. Just a couple more changes, you guys. Stick with me. For 3. We'll hold bent in 2. Squeeze those abs. On 1, hold bent. Reset your form. We're just going to draw that little circle with our knee. We had to do it. You know we did. Good. You have 8. 7. We'll reverse in 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, reverse. Good. Final 10, 9. We rest in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set it down. Give that glute a tap. Maybe stretch that leg up one more time to reset that glute, and then press yourself on up. Good. So, couple things. We're gonna stay on this blue spring, or for more of a challenge, you can actually go on to a yellow spring, so absolutely do that. You can pick your poison. So we're gonna stay facing our shoulder blocks to start. I want you to go ahead and just press with your feet on the wood platform to begin, and we're just holding here in our plank. We're gonna start to move in another 8, 7, we're gonna bend and extend through our knees. In another 4, 3, really press into those palms, hollow out your chest, scoop your core, slight tuck under of your hips, start to bend those knees, press away. You're here for 6, 5, don't let those abs sag, and try not to let those hips kind of lift as you bend in. You have 3, we'll hold out in 2, hold out on 1, pause, you're back in your plank. Right now, my wrists are directly below my shoulders. I'm just gonna do a little press out, pull in, wrists below shoulders, press away, pull it in. We'll just do 8. We'll do 5, 4, 3, hold on 2, 1, pause. Now you have an option. You can either go to your forearms. If you're staying on your palms, I want you to walk your feet up to your foot bar. We're going to pike our hips up just until our ears come in line with our biceps, pulling in at that core, and then press away into our plank. Pull up, pike, and then extend. You're here for 6. I'll get you off your wrists in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press away into your plank. Go ahead and set one knee down onto the frame, or the reformer would control and bend and come all the way in. All right, let's hit that other side of our glutes for side lying, and then we will keep moving into some upper body, and we'll finish out with some glutes and core, because Who wouldn't want more glutes and core, right? That's why you're here. So go ahead and grab that strap. If you did change your spring for that plank series, make sure you're back on whatever you used. One blue, one red, whatever it was. And then press away. Find your good form. Make sure you're nice and lifted and stacked. And we're just going to start with that single leg squat. So you bend and extend that leg, and I want you to really squeeze your glute as you press and lengthen through your heel. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5. We'll do those fire hydrants in 4. Really stick that butt out behind you. I like to sometimes set my hand at the flat back of my pelvis on my sacrum just to make sure that I'm nice and stacked. 2. One more press out. Bend in. You're at 90. Your shin should be parallel with the reformer. Flex through that foot. Open out for your fire hydrant. Lower to hip height. Open and lower. Press that hip forward in opposition. As you open from the knee, you should feel that squeeze kind of at the outside of the glute there in the piriformis. You have another 5 like this, and then we're going to combo those motions in 4, 3, 2, 1. You're at hip height. Give me one single leg squat. Bend in, one fire hydrant. Press away, lengthen, bend, squeeze that glute as you open from the knee for another 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press away, hold, stay really lengthened. We're going to sweep forward. Don't let that hip roll forward. Think it's pulling back in opposition as your foot slides forward in line with that hip, and then press it back, squeeze that glute. Give me another 7, 6. Use that breath, you guys. Inhale that leg forward. Exhale, squeeze and pull it back. We have another 4. We're going to hold forward and find that internal rotation for those pulses. In 2. On 1, slide that foot forward. Rotate those toes down, heel up, pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, rainbow that foot. External rotation as you come in line with the hip. Internal rotation as those toes slide forward. Woo. Let's go for 8. Check in with your form. Do you still have that engagement in your supporting oblique? Good. We'll slice it up in 3. I'm losing it. In 2. Give me 1. Rainbow. Pull it back. Slice it up. The burn is real. Struggling on this side. All right. We got to keep moving. So find your length. Good. We're going to sweep that leg forward. We're just going to bend in, hamstring curl. So it's like that fire hydrant position. We just kick that leg forward. We pull back, heel to glute. Slide it forward, hamstring curl. Let's do another 6 like this. 5, 4. I'm just realizing that I have ankle weights on. I was not thinking about that. Give me 2. On 1, Bend that knee and pause. Find your good form. Give me those circles. Just finish with circles. You've got it, you guys. Give me another 6 in this direction, and then we'll reverse. In 5, 4, just close your eyes and breathe. 2, 1, reverse. 10, 9, 8. Press into that reformer to help engage those abs. Use your breath. Big exhales, big inhales for 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Damn. All right. Maybe give that leg a good stretch up, whatever feels right for you. And when you're ready, press yourself all the way up. You can set your yoga block to the side. We're going to stay facing this direction. I'm going to go ahead and go on to a red spring for some rear facing upper body work. All right. So grab your ball. This, of course, is optional, but this is another one of my favorite series. We're going to work the upper body, but we're going to get in some sneaky quad work as well. So let's go ahead and start. Right foot forward, left foot back. Here's what we're doing. I want you to tuck those left toes under. You are going to place that ball somewhere around your knee or shin. You have to kind of find it. Another hack here to help you stabilize is I'm going to press my right ankle kind of against my right shoulder block to really help me, again, have a bit more point of stability. You certainly don't have to do that. So when you're ready, when you feel like you have your balance, you're going to grab for your short loops. I want you to roll those shoulders down and back, sit up nice and tall, tuck those hips under. Your glutes and abs should be really active here, so it should help you engage your muscles better so that you can balance. From here, we're just going to do chest expansion for 8, 7, holding back for a pause, don't rush through it. 6, 5, feel those shoulders gliding back and together for 4, 3, again, you could always do this without the ball, in 2, on 1, slide forward, we're going to flip our palms up, high elbows, bicep curl, 8, 7, 6, it's wild, all I can feel is my right glute right now. Give me another 5, 4, we're going to find our triceps, in 3, okay, I'm starting to feel a little left quad, 2, 1, bend your elbows in by your sides, roll those shoulders down and back, press back triceps, bend and extend just at the elbow, keep those elbows hugged into the sides. You should have a long line again from the crown of your head down through your tailbone, so you're not rounding through your back, you're long through your spine. Your abs are lifted and engaged. You have another 5, 4, 3. We'll go to the other leg in 2, and 1. Good. Hang up those straps for a moment. Go ahead, take a moment if you need it. Left foot's going to go into the headrest. We are going to tuck our right toes under, kind of important, and then find a spot on the ball. It might take a second. It always is different side to side. And then when you're ready, grab those short loops, roll your shoulders down and back. Give me 8, chest expansion. 7, tuck those hips under, lift through those abs. Your gaze is forward. Deep breaths here. Squeeze those shoulders back and together for 4. We'll do our bicep curls in 3, 2, keep drawing those abs in and up. 1, high elbow bicep curl. 8, 7, 6. You've got it, guys. 5. We'll work those triceps in 4 with a forward hinge of the torso. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Roll those shoulders down and back, forward, picture that torso lift up with that quad, squeeze your butt, extend those arms back and back. Give me 8. Final 7 and you're off that ball. You've got it. Breathe. 6, 5, 4, gazes down and forward, neck in line with spine, 2, and 1. Good. All right, hang up those straps. Let's ditch that ball off to the side. Just getting rid of all those props. And I want you to go ahead and slide your feet through the headrest. Now, if you don't have enough space for both of your calves, I know everyone's reformers are different. You can always cross one foot over the other. Otherwise, they're right next to one another. And again, we're going to grab our loops. We're going to stay on this red spring that's a heavy spring on my balanced body reformer. I want you to grab, again, into those short loops, flip your palms up, roll those shoulders back and together, sit up nice and tall. And from here, we're going to tuck our pelvis and round back to a point that we can hold. Arms are long. We're going to bicep curl here. If you don't like this, if you don't want the extra work in your abs right now, if you've had enough, you can definitely just sit up nice and tall and do this. And you can always choke up on the straps further toward the metal or the tape to make sure you have enough tension. Good. We're going to work this way for another 6. High elbows for 5. We'll hold it bent at 90 in 4, 3, 2, on 1. Pause here. Little pulses up, up. 8, 7. Fingertips to the sky. Yes. You should feel a lot of biceps and a little bit front of the shoulder. Hold here in 3, 2, on 1. Pause. Back to full range for 8, 7. Only one more thing in this position. Keep drawing those abs in and up. Keep tucking that pelvis. Give me 4, 3. Hold again at that 90 degree. On 1. Pause. Now we slide our elbows down towards our ribs. Little pulse up. Down toward the ribs. The carriage is not moving. Little pulse up for 8, 7. Pulse. Slide down. Pulse up. Give me another 6, 5, 4, 3. Collarbone is wide. 2, and 1. Good. Hang up those straps. Reach for those toes. All right. Let's finish this out. Grand finale here. So you have a couple options. You can go to one blue spring, or you could go to a yellow spring. That would be actually a lot more challenging for your balance and stability. So you pick your poison. We're going to do just a little bit of standing work as we finish out here. So again, if I'm facing toward my foot bar behind my machine, I'm on the right side of my machine with my box. So my right foot is going to go kind of against the frame toward the front of the box, and my left heel is going to go onto the shoulder block. Stand up nice and tall. Hands can be at heart center or on your hips, whatever you prefer. We're just going to go ahead and extend through our left leg so that it's straight. Now we're going to bend through our right leg. I'm going to hinge forward slightly with my chest to make sure this is getting into my glutes and hamstrings. And then I'm just going to stand through this right leg nice and tall. The left leg is just going to live where it's living. So it's not doing any work. It's just living its best left leg life, luxuriating on the reformer. Good. We're going to hold in our lunge in another 4. Press up through that heel and glute to stand. 3. Hold down in your lunge in 2. On 1, hold here. We're going to skate that left leg in. Press it out and stand. Comboing a skate and then a stand. We lunge back, we skate in, press away, stand up. Let's check on our form here. Make sure that this left hip is like even with your right and that your left hip isn't like falling back. And then as you bend in, your hips again, staying nice and level. So sometimes you can put your hand on the front and back of your pelvis to really like monitor that you're not twisting as you do these movements. We're here for another 4, and then we're just gonna hold it down and skate that leg. In 3, make sure your knee is tracking right in line with the front of your ankle. So get deep in that bend through that right leg. 2. On 1, hold down for me and pause here. Just skate that left leg. Sit back into those glutes. Nice. We have another 6 like this. 5, hold that left leg back for me. In 4, you can always place the hand on the foot bar if you need it for balance. 2, hold that left leg back. We're just gonna open at this right knee, pull forward until the knee's in line with the front of the ankle. Open like you're about to do a splits. Pull forward, hamstring curl. Nice. You've got it, guys. Give me another 4. We just have one more change for 3. And then we'll stand and get some relief. In 2. You've got it. Close your eyes, breathe. On 1, hold in your lunge. Pause here. We're just gonna come upright with our torso and hinge forward. Upright. Hands can be at temples or at heart center, whatever feels good for you. This is your final 8. Press into that heel and your big toe right here to maintain this balance as you go forward and upright with your torso. I want you to engage these inner thighs. Think both of your knees are kind of pulling toward one another. That will help you with your balance. You just have 3. You're out of this in 2. And 1. Come up. Woo! Give that glute a little tap. All right, let's get into a quick little ab set, and then we'll go to the other side, and then I'll have you out of here. So I'm gonna bring my hands onto the front of my box. You can either, again, be on a blue or a yellow spring. A yellow will be more challenging because it's less support. A blue is still very challenging, so again, up to you. I want you to place, again, your left foot onto the shoulder block and press all the way back. Now press into those palms. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna lift this right outside leg, and I'm just gonna cross my right leg, ankle over my left ankle, and we're just gonna pike up and extend. This is like a modified snake. Pike and extend. We'll do 5. Exhale, pike, ears in line with biceps. Extend out. In 3, we're gonna hold lengthened. In 2. On 1, hold lengthened. I want you to press back just a couple inches. Pull forward. Press back a couple inches. Pull to your start position. Control it, guys. Don't go too far forward because you'll get launched off. You have another 4. We'll just finish with some knee tucks. In 3. In 2. On 1. You're back where your shoulders are right over your wrists. We're going to bend our knees in, press away. She's struggling with the words today. Just for 6. 5. 4. Press out in 3 and hold. In 2. Lengthen and pause. Bring your right knee down to the box and then carefully bend that left leg and bring the carriage all the way home. Good stuff. All right. Let's grab our box. Let's get off to that other side. to finish off this Black Friday workout. All right, so I am lining my box up with kind of right where my foot bar is. You shouldn't need to change any spring. Do whatever you did last time. And let's start by bringing that left foot and ankle kind of in close to the reformer frame. And then our right heel goes against the shoulder block. Toes should be forward. Let's start by lengthening that right leg out. Check in with your hips. Again, make sure it's not suddenly on this right side pulling back. You want to think press the right hip forward, pull the left hip back. And then we're going to bend just through this left leg. It's going to be our mover and our worker. And make sure, check in, left knee should be tracking right in line with the front of that left ankle. And then we stand just through that left heel and glute to come as close to home as we can. So, right leg is not moving. We're just finding a deep bend through that left knee. And as you're doing it, you are hinging forward with your torso slightly to keep this in the glute and to, of course, provide relief for that right hip flexor. So you shouldn't feel any strain there. If you do, just bend a little further forward with that torso. Good. Let's do another 5. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, press into that heel and that big toe side of your left foot so that your inner thighs are nice and active to support your balance. In 2, we're going to hold back. On this next one, extend and lengthen back. Give me 1 skate in of that right knee. Think your weight stays back in these glutes, especially this left glute. Extend your right leg. Press up through your left heel. Good. Lunge. Skate. Extend. Press up. Skate. Extend it back. Stand. We'll do another 6 like this. And then we'll just hold back for those skaters. As you're skating that right knee in, can you really sit your weight back even further into this left glute? You'll feel it light up if it's not already. Good, you guys. Give me 3. Make sure you're finding that forward hinge. 2. On 1, hold deep in your lunge. Just skate that leg back and forward. Hips are not moving. You can place your hands again around the back and front of your pelvis to make sure you're staying deep in this left glute bend. Give me another 4. We're going to lengthen that right leg out in 3. In 2. On 1, lengthen it out and pause. We just extend and open at that left knee. Pull forward just until that left knee is in line with the front of the left ankle. So like you're trying to do the splits, it's like a hamstring curl. Good. But standing. You've got it. Let's go for 5. And then we just hold in that lunge for those bows. And then you're out of this in 3, I think. Sorry. 2. Think long line, crown of the head through the tailbone. Pause here on 1. Just hinge forward a little deeper. Come upright. Hinge. Stand upright. Give me 8. Inhale, hinge. Exhale. Press into that heel, that big toe. You've got it. Pull those knees in toward one another. I want you to imagine that sensation. You'll feel, again, so much more in those inner thighs to support you. In 3, you're out of this. In 2, you've got it, guys. So proud of you. In 1, stand. Woo! Give that glute a tap. Ooh, our heat is kicking on. I do not need it. Ankle weights, they're coming off. Why not? Yes, don't need them. I can't believe I had them on, but I felt like I was already in it. So, all right, hands come to the front of the box. I'm gonna press my right foot against this shoulder block and lengthen here. Press your palms into the box, hollow out your chest, good plank position, squeeze your abs, and then cross that left foot over the right ankle and pike up, ears in line with biceps. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, inhale. Give me 6 like this, and then we hold in that plank position. In 4. Give me 3. Grand finale here. 2. I would love to know what you thought of this workout, by the way, and if you want more reformer workouts, on one hold, press back just a few inches, pull forward, control it. Press back, lengthen, pull forward just until you're right over those wrists with the shoulders. It's tiny, it's just a couple inches forward and back. That's all it takes. Control it, squeeze those abs. You've got it. Give me another 3, and then we'll just find those bend and extends of the knee. In 2. On 1. Back to your start position. Adjust however you need. We're going to bend and extend those knees. Good. Try not to let your hips raise too much as you do this. They might need to naturally raise as you bend in. Good. Let's go for 5. You're out of this in 4. We'll lengthen out and hold in 3. In 2. In 1, lengthen. Bring that left knee down. Bend that right leg in to bring the carriage all the way home carefully. And just sit back, take a child's pose. Good work, you guys. You are all finished with me today. I recommend definitely doing some stretches after this. Feel free to do some feet and straps, whatever feels right for your body. Again, I appreciate you moving your body with me today, and I look forward to seeing you on another workout. If you can just make a quick comment, that will help the algorithm and help me build my subscribers so that I can continue to provide free and diverse content at no cost to you, which I guess is what free means. Thank you.